Sol Ruca is capturing the attention of everyone in WWE. The sky's the limit. For her, you'd think Sol Ruca was born to wrestle. She has flashy moves, an acrobatic specialist who can move just about any way she desires. She's high-flying, willing to be the daredevil to make the crowd gasp while making it look effortless. The charisma has arrived and is blended with her in-ring talent. Plus, have you seen her finisher? The Soul Snatcher. She looks like a natural. Of all the women on the NXT roster, it's fair to say she has the highest ceiling among the young crop of stars. That's what makes this fact crazier. She has been wrestling for only 3 years. I still am pretty green, Ruca told USA Today Sports. I do feel like I am getting closer and closer to confidently saying, I think I got this. It certainly looks like she has the hang of it. The opportunities are crashing toward her like waves, and it's like she's on a surfboard, riding them flawlessly. She's the NXT Women's North American Champion and Women's Speed Champion, the latter of which could be considered a main roster title. She has appeared on SmackDown, allowing more of the WWE Universe to get a first look and be wowed by the talent. And it's not just fans who are enthralled by her, but plenty of wrestlers are taking notice of the future of the business. Wrestling wasn't part of Ruca's childhood. Instead, it was gymnastics. From Ontario, California, Ruca, whose actual name is Calyx Hampton, spent much of her youth at Wildfire Gymnastics in Orange County. Starting there at the age of 8, Ruca was already collecting hardware in California, winning state and regional titles during her 10 years with the club. She committed to Oregon's acrobatics and tumbling team before her senior year of high school. In Eugene, she was a vital member of a Ducks squad that reached the national semifinals every year she was there. It wasn't until after Ruca graduated college that WWE reached out to her about trying out. She was a social media influencer, showing off her acrobatic skills that piqued the interest of WWE. In March 2022, Ruca became one of the new recruits at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando and quickly impressed trainers. Although gymnastics and wrestling share some similar aspects, it was a dramatic learning curve for someone just getting in the business. Someone who really helped with learning the ropes was Alba Fire. Ruca recalled a time Fire was helping classes, and when she locked up with her, Ruca realized this is how it should feel. This is what it's all about. It clicked, and she was ready to run with it. Ruca made her in-ring debut just 3 months after reporting. It was a hot first year, and she went viral when she debuted the Soul Snatcher, a springboard flip cutter that stunned fans. I felt like I could pick up moves pretty quickly and the fundamentals pretty quickly, just because that's what gymnastics was, Ruca said. It took around a month for Ruca to come up with the Soul Snatcher. The original version of the move was to be a stunner instead of a cutter, but it meant Ruca landing on her bottom, which would eventually get painful. I had to workshop that a little bit and decided that the cutter was just the best option for longevity and executing it flawlessly, she said. Ruca practiced the move on a squishy ring at the Performance Center and eventually built up the courage to try it in a match. Now, she arguably has one of the most exciting finishers in the company. She wouldn't say hers is the best in all of wrestling, but if you just consider the flashy, flippy wrestling, she'll say she's at the top. I'm happy that I tried it when I did, because once I did that, it went viral, and I kind of just shot off from there. Ruca added. Ruca was picking up steam, but it came to a screeching halt when she suffered a torn anterior cruciate ligament in April 2023. It could have been a major setback for someone on the rise. Turns out it was a blessing in disguise. For as impressive as Ruca was, it was a challenge learning to wrestle, especially when it was all new to her. Yes, you have to physically perform, but there are mental aspects that were really testing a former athlete. In order to really grasp professional wrestling, you need to know the psychology, she said. You need to know how to put a match together, and I think that is probably the hardest thing for most athletes. Being able to be in a match and be in the moment, instead of just doing all your stuff and hitting hard and doing all that. You have to actually put on a whole performance and put on a character in a show. In athletics, you don't get that opportunity. You have to be serious the whole time. So I think that's another thing that athletes, as well as myself, struggle with at first. It was during her injury recovery when Ruca got to just take time to observe. Actually watch wrestling. See what the best of the business do. Just study it instead of studying and performing at the same time, which led to feeling a bit lost at times. By the time she was cleared to return, Ruca was a completely different person who understood how to succeed.